Mastering Interpreting SOC 2 Findings. SOC 2 report reveals critical operational weaknesses demanding immediate fixes. Where do the most critical areas of operational excellence, as identified in the SOC 2 report, require immediate attention and remediation to ensure their processes and procedures are aligned with the trust services criteria? The SOC 2 report highlights the critical areas of operational excellence that require immediate attention and remediation to ensure alignment with the trust services criteria. To prioritize and address these areas effectively, it is essential to conduct a thorough analysis of the report's findings and identify the most critical operational weaknesses. Firstly, categorize the identified weaknesses into high, medium, and low-risk categories based on their potential impact on the organization's security posture and compliance with the trust services criteria. This exercise will enable the organization to focus on the most critical areas that require immediate attention. High-risk areas typically involve lapses in security controls, inadequate data protection, or inefficient incident response processes. These areas require immediate attention as they pose a significant risk to the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of sensitive data. For instance, if the SOC 2 report identifies weaknesses in access controls, such as inadequate password policies or ineffective segregation of duties, these areas should be prioritized for immediate remediation. This is because access controls are a critical component of the trust services criteria, and any lapses can compromise the security of sensitive data. Similarly, if the report highlights inefficient incident response processes, such as inadequate incident detection, response, or communication protocols, these areas should be addressed promptly. Inefficient incident response processes can lead to delayed or inadequate responses, resulting in extended downtime, data breaches, or reputational damage. Medium-risk areas may involve inefficiencies in operational processes, such as inadequate training, ineffective monitoring, or insufficient resources. These areas require attention, but the urgency is less critical than high-risk areas. For example, if the SOC 2 report identifies inadequate training programs for personnel, this area should be addressed, but the priority level should be lower than high-risk areas. Inadequate training programs can lead to human error, but the impact is typically less severe than lapses in security controls or incident response processes. Low-risk areas may involve minor inefficiencies or opportunities for improvement in operational processes. These areas can be addressed through continuous improvement initiatives, but they do not require immediate attention. Once the critical areas are identified and prioritized, the organization should develop a remediation plan to address these weaknesses. The plan should include 1. Specific remediation actions. Clearly outline the steps required to address each identified weakness, including the responsible personnel, timelines, and resources needed. 2. Root cause analysis. Conduct a thorough analysis to identify the underlying causes of the weaknesses and address them to prevent recurrence. 3. Control implementation. Implement new controls or modify existing controls to address the identified weaknesses. 4. Testing and validation. Test the remediated controls to ensure they are operating effectively and validate that the weaknesses have been adequately addressed. 5. Ongoing monitoring. Establish ongoing monitoring protocols to ensure the controls remain effective and identify any potential weaknesses before they become critical. To ensure successful remediation, it is essential to 1. Assign clear ownership and accountability for remediation efforts. 2. Establish a project management framework to track progress and timelines. 3. Provide necessary resources, including personnel, budget, and technology, to support remediation efforts. 4. Conduct regular status updates and progress reports to stakeholders, including the executive management and audit committee. 5. Foster a culture of continuous improvement, encouraging personnel to report weaknesses and opportunities for improvement. By following this structured approach, organizations can effectively address the critical areas of operational excellence identified in the SOC 2 report, ensuring their processes and procedures align with the trust services criteria and minimizing the risk of security breaches, reputational damage, or non-compliance.